into the city. Four riders still up front. Four riders still up front. The winner should come from this movement. Oh, there will be some fireworks again shortly. There will definitely be some fireworks. I don't think Delong wants to go in with these guys, so I think he will try to hit them. Also, Mr. Hennis is an excellent sprinter, so we'll see what happens. But the burden, the pressure is on Byron and Marlon Castillo to keep the garland at home. We are around the curve. Somebody trying to survive. Yeah, there goes Delong. There goes Delong with a serious attack. Delong trying to attack. And right on his wheel is Mr. Hennis, Marlon Castillo and Byron have got a little gap, but Marlon is giving his all. He's giving his all. So, look at it, folks. The fireworks have started. Delong is pushing it hard. He's cranking it up. And Byron and Marlon have, there's a small gap over it. You can see the expression on his face. Delong is looking back. He has launched a vicious attack. And on his wheel is Mr. Hennis. He has got one to Belize riders. Like I said, I know they have to Delong don't want to take these guys to the finish. He realized that they are sprinters. And a gap has opened up. Let's hope our Belize boys make it back. Let's hope our Belize boys make it back here. Because Delong is cranking up and on his wheel is Mr. Hennis. Hennis, Marlon Castillo and Byron have to give it their all. They have to give it their all. Delong don't want to take any prisoners. And so he have attacked. And has been opened up between Delong, Hennis, between Byron and Marlon Castillo. Two lead riders right now, as we pass the old Belize, entrance. Two foreigners out front, four foreigners out front. He's giving all he have, to try to bring it back to these riders, but the gap is expanding. We are with the two Belizean riders, number 50, number 20, Byron. The gap have definitely expanded. They have to push it hard. If they want to make it back. The gap have definitely ballooned. It have definitely grown. It have increased. It's definitely over 20 seconds. Gap and Marlon and Byron to do. Like I said, I know Delong would attack them because he's not going to take a sprinter to the finishing line. We're still here with our two local riders, Byron and Marlon Castillo. Fans are asking him to please crank it up, but you can see the suffering in their face. Look at the face of Byron. His teeth is showing. He is suffering. You can know, but he have given it all. He have left it all on the highway, so he will continue to push. And we can see in the distance the gap have definitely ballooned. There's a station price here. Look at the fans lining the highway. Look at the fans. Listen to the noise of the fans as we head into the city. Two foreigners out front. Oh my God, it doesn't look good for us today. Two lone riders out front, two foreigners, a rider from Anguilla and a rider from North Carolina, doing their thing out here, turning up the pace, heading towards the PTL Park. The fans are a bit shaken up by this and what is unfolding in front of their very eyes. Two lone riders, Delong and Hennis, heading into the city, folks. The fan on the side said, "Uno for win for your race." You see how the fans behave. Delong on the front and Hennis at the back. Like I told you, Hennis had a smooth cadence. I see him winning this race easy. easy. There's no way John Delong will outsprint this gentleman. He's a monster. I saw him perform at the games in the Dominican Republic, and he's a serious cat. Yes. Out of fire. Ooh. Yes, we're heading towards the left post where the race officially started this morning. Two lone rider here in the front is Mr. Hennis driving it. He's followed by John Delong as we approach the Leslie imports. The fans are still cheering. And John Delong have attacked. He definitely wanted Hennis to go to the finish line because he's a serious sprinter. And Hennis have respond. And he's already at the last John Delong driving it like crazy. He doesn't want to take Hennis to the side because Hennis is a good sprinter. But Hennis is looking good. He's looking good. Definitely. I see him being champion today. John Delong is trying to detach him, but he's right there on the wheel of John Delong. John Delong trying not to take any prisoners in Mr. Hasani Hennis out of Anguilla. Look at the fans up on the side of the road as we pass through the burying ground. Even the dead people are waking up and waving on the cyclists as we pass through the burying ground here on the George Price Highway, folks. We are just a few miles from the conclusion of this monster event. Two finals out front. Yes, we're going to burying ground here. Starting with pass where Kadim Nelson Banks was laid to rest. We passed by his gravesite. I know he's cheering on the race, but we didn't want to see these two riders up front. We wanted to see some Belizean. These two front riders have shake out two Belizean off. John Delong on the front. He's sponsored that huge gear. John Delong is sponsored huge gear as we head into the city, folks. Yes, we're going to turn down here. Starting with pass where Kadim Nelson Banks was laid to rest. We passed by his gravesite. I know he's cheering on the race, but we didn't want to see these two riders up front. We wanted to see some Belizean. These two front riders have shake out two Belizean off. John Delong on the front. He's sponsored that huge gear. John Delong is sponsored huge gear as we head into the city, folks. And we're just about to pass where Kadim was laid to rest. Kadim, yes, that's his gravesite there. So we just passed in where Kadim was laid to rest as John Delong and Hasani Hennis head into the city. Look at the crowd. Look at the crowd of people lining the Central American Boulevard as we head into the city, folks. Two lone riders, John Delong and Hasani Hennis heading to the BTL Park where they will fight. I believe that the fans believe that this is a Belizean because they believe that this guy is a Belizean, but they don't know who this guy is. We'll wait right there as they come around the roundabout. John Delong on the pace, followed by Mr. Hennis. We're heading off the Central American Boulevard. Look at the fans on the side of the boulevard. Look at the fans. They're cheering on these riders. They are heading to glory. They're heading to victory. Somebody will wear the garland today, and it won't be a Belizean. It will be a foreigner, folks. Yes, these two guys are headed towards the BTL Park. Look at the fans as they line the Central American Boulevard, folks. The race are blown to smithereens, and we head towards the BTL Park where it's two lone riders and not a Belizean, folks. But this is cycling. This is a hard and vicious sport. We have to give big props to Byron and Marlon Castillo, who tried their best to hang on to these monster guys. These two big deals. Yes, we are about to cross over the Delong Bridge and on to Princess Margaret Drive. And shortly we will be at the BTL park there, the conclusion of this monster event, folks. Yes, folks, we are on the foot of the Balkan Bridge. John Delong out of the seat. Hennis on his wheel. I can see Hennis taking this race easily for John Delong. You know, so sad that our two boys aren't here to challenge the garland, the victory salute. But we head over the Balkan Bridge. We go around the flag monument here in the city as we head toward PTL Park. Two lone riders, John Delong and Hasani, heading towards the tip, folks. Heading towards the tip. Oh, whoa. Yes, folks, we are still with the two lead riders as we head around and we pass the Carl Houston Memorial Hospital shortly. So we are just over a mile from the finishing line. John Delong on the front, followed by Hassan Hennessy. These are the two guys that will sprint it out for the champion, the Garland, the 92nd Holy Saturday cross country race. Look at the boys on Hennis's face. He got this in the back. Hennessy sitting on the wheel of John Delong. I see him sprint. Yes, we are heading around. We are heading towards the Marion James Stadium. And so we're just about a mile away from the finishing line, folks. This race has been blown to smithereens, and there's two riders up front, and they are not Belize, and they are foreigners. One American, John Delong from out of North Carolina, and Hassan Hennessy from Anguilla out of the Caribbean, folks. They are heading down. They're heading towards the finishing line as we pass the Marion Jones Stadium here, folks. Two lone riders out front, John Delong, Hennessy, John Delong, Hennessy, John Delong, Hennessy. Two foreigners heading towards glory here. John Delong gives a little smile on his face as we're about to pass the BTL compound here on Princess Margaret Drive. John Delong out front, Hennessy, John Delong, Hennessy. Who will it be? Who will it be? As we draw closer to the conclusion of this 140 miles monster of a race. The 92nd Holy Saturday cross country race is almost come to its climax, folks, and there won't be a Belizean champion this year. It will be a foreigner. It will be somebody from the Caribbean or somebody from the US. But my bet is on Hennessy. I see Hennessy winning this race today, so it will stay in the Caribbean with Hassan Hennessy. As we are just about half mile from the finishing, folks. Two riders out front. They are heading to the victory. They're heading to the finishing line here. We are on Princess Margaret Drive. The fans are still cheering on the riders. John Delong slows down. He knows it will be a cat and mouse. It will be a cat and mouse. Just a few more meters to the finishing line. Few more meters to the finishing line. It has slowed drastically. This will be a drag race to the finish. It will be a drag race to the finish, and Hennessy sitting on the wheel of John Delong. This will be like a match sprint. This will be like a match sprint, folks. Yes, look at the front line, and of course, this will be a match sprint. Finishing line. The race have blown up the smithereens as two foreigners out front. They have slowed down drastically. John Delong on the front, followed by Mr. Hennessy. They are going extremely slow, some 4 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour. John Delong, he knows where the finishing line. It's just a few hundred meters. I think he wants to surprise Mr. Hennessy, because I don't think Mr. Hennessy knows the scores unless Kalimandi have brought him. They are inching closer and closer to the conclusion of this race. They are inching closer and closer, folks. It's John Delong, it's Hennessy. It's John Delong, it's Hennessy. John Delong, Hennessy. They are approaching the last leg of this race, just a few hundred meters from the finish. As we see the finishing line, as we see the finishing line in the distance, two riders. Who will it be? Who will it be? Yes, who will it be? And Hennis have attacked. Hassan has attacked. Hassan have attacked, and he have blown. He definitely will be the champion today. Like I told you, he's a sprinter. Hennis have won the race, and in second place is John Delong. John Delong in second place in today's monster race, the whole Saturday cross country cycle race. Waiting for other two Belizean coming, in for the finish. Marlon, Castillo, and Brandon and Byron Pope as they wave the flag. Byron Pope coming in for the third place. Byron Pope coming in for the first place. As he crossed the finishing line, Byron Pope rode a magnificent race today. He was in the break from early. Byron Pope. Here comes Marlon Castillo. Listen to the fans, folks. Listen to the fans. There's Marlon. Look at the fans. Look at the sea of fans out here on the BTL Park. Come on to cheer on there. Yes, all the fans out. All the fans are out cheering on.